Today we're at the Ellington Agriculture Center in Nashville, Tennessee for the 10th annual Molasses and Music Festival, but most importantly all, we're having the world's greatest beef stew cook-off. This is a part of Tennessee Home and Farm Magazine contest that we started at the very beginning of this year. We got 5 finalists that are competing to have the world's greatest beef stew. This all began about 2 years ago when we started talking about chicken and dumplings, and we had the world's greatest chicken and dumpling contest. We had that in the summertime. This time we're having it in the fall and having some great beef stew.
I read about the beef stew in the Farm Bureau magazine, and beef stew has always been important in my family. My mother had 6 daughters, and plus they had husbands, and plus we had kids, and so when she invited us over, she couldn't just cook a chicken. She had to make something that would go, and beef stew was it.
Well, I wanted to do the chicken last year, but I never could find a recipe that I liked, so when I got the beef stew, I started thinking, and I called my daughter, and we got together and we made up a real good recipe.
The first I made was in '45, and my aunt came down from Michigan. It was during World War II, and I couldn't get much meat. She made this kettle of beef stew for us, and my daddy thought it was the best stuff he ever ate. And years later, we couldn't afford a turkey for Thanksgiving. We made a kettle of beef stew out of about a pound of meat. We could afford that, and oh, that was just as good as turkey and dressing.
I didn't really have a stew recipe, but I have a sister-in-law who likes to cook. She wrote down a little recipe, and I said, well, you didn't put potatoes in it. You didn't put this in it. She said, well, you can put that. You can put this. Beef stew is kind of like gumbo. You know, it's what you know, anybody can put whatever they want in it.
Well, my husband came in the kitchen one afternoon, and he said, will you sign this for me? I said, what for? He said, well, I'm entering you in the beef stew contest. I said, okay. So I got a letter in a few days. Well, you came in as one of the 5 runners-up. I said, who, me? So, and I was really excited.
But we have to come down to a winner. We have to look at what we call this contest. We call it the world's greatest down-home beef stew. And we're talking about finding the old-timey beef stew that we've all enjoyed growing up with, and that's what the judges were looking for and what they could. And this year's winner of the world's greatest down-home beef stew is Miss Opal Bohannon from Cookeville, Tennessee.
That's me.
That's you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.